Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K rock and metal channel, and today we're checking out a video by the band called Eschalon, and the song is called Helios. The blank look on Kirk's face, that tells me that he may not know it. Does he know it? Does he know the band?
No.
Yay! Something Kirk doesn't know. Miracles do happen. And Andy, I'm just going to assume you don't know this band.
No, but I'm going to go with the band name and the song title.
Sorry, what was that when you just dropped out on my screen? What was
Sorry,
that?
I'd say judging by the name of the song and the band, I'm going to go for death metal.
Death metal, okay. Kirk, don't you look up. I can see you looking up.
Oh, isn't there a new Cambridge band with this name?
Don't ask me any information about the band. I ain't got a clue.
When I interviewed...
Yeah, stop looking at your screen.
No, when I interviewed Harry from Acadian, he was telling me about a new band in Cambridge. I'm sure they're called Eschalon.
Well, let's see.
Okay. In Cambridge, you reckon they are?
That name just stuck in my head.
I don't know. We'll find out anyway. Come on, let's go check out today's video. Okay, there we go. Eschalon and Helios. I'm going to throw it to Kirk actually first on this one.
I did cheat halfway through. It is that band that Harry Newbury from Acadian mentioned. They are from Cambridge.
Where
Technical
the fuck
metal.
did they film that video then?
I know. Yeah, I don't know where they filmed that. Maybe the Chilterns. Maybe it was in Buckinghamshire.
There's a field over there. It's got this big pyramid in Cambridge. You can go film it.
That's the type of song I would have loved 5-7 years ago. You know, when you have this rising wave of bands that were influenced by that Meshuggah album,
Right.
2009, and Obson, and obviously Periphery, Tesseract, Monuments. Now I noticed it featured Nima Asghari, and I know that name because he was the original singer in the Monuments and Tesseract's precursor band called Fell Silent, who was signed to Century Media. So when I saw his name, I thought, yeah, I kind of probably know what to expect. It reminded me of Monuments, who are a great band in my opinion. But did it do anything new? No. I have actually heard that thousands of times now, that type of music. At first, I like the Meshuggah groove, the 8-string guitars. A lot of action going on there. There's nothing that you would say, oh, that's formulaic. But ironically, because of that, it does become formulaic. It's like when we review these Japanese bands who just throw all these genres into the mix, and me and Andy, to the point where we're just expecting that. It was like that there. There was so many modulations, so many different intricate parts in there. At times you could hear the bass slapping away. Then it would be one guitar chugging and the other one playing some obscure Lydian scale type phrasing. The vocals, you just basically fucking growl over music like that, don't you? I think it's safe to say you don't come to a band rehearsal and say, hey, I've written some lyrics. Should we write some music around it? They'll come to you and say, we've written this song that's got 17 different parts. Can you put some lyrics over it? Yeah, okay. I guess I'll be just growling over this one then.
Right. Okay.
Didn't really do much new for me. I'd be intrigued to listen to it. And I think we laugh about it. This is kind of like my type of prog metal, isn't it? That I would listen to. But even I'm aware that there's only so much longer I can continue listening to this where I'm looking for other things. So this wouldn't really piqued my attention, but I know they're a new band. I think this is their debut single. I was just checking, Andy, for Grimfest to see if they'd been booked. Now, it does say on here that there's going to be a secret support act on the Saturday. I doubt it will be them as a new band, even though they have got clout because of Nima Asghari being in the band. Oh, sorry, being a guest vocalist. But wouldn't that be great if they actually appeared in St. Neots on the 25th of November in Cambridgeshire for this metal festival? So over to you guys. My type of music, but I am growing a bit wary of this type of music as well.
Andy?
I think there's a lot to like from that. I mean, I know I'm rubbish at sort of pigeonholing bands into genres, but I mean, would you call that sort of modern industrial new metal?
Do you know what word we would use? And the band will hate us for this. Gent.
Exactly.
You would have 10 years ago. That would have just been called gent, wouldn't it? Progressive metal gent,
progressive death gent, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you picked up, Kirk. There's lots of different elements there, lots of different parts of songs, lots of instruments sort of coming to the forefront. The bass is very prominent. Filthy guitar tone on that intro. Dual vocalists. I'm not sure where I sit with that. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think I did like the variation between the two guys. Preferred the vocal delivery from the man in the sort of the black hoodie, the dark clothes. But they work well together. It's a role in a band I wouldn't ever want. You know, when you have these sort of dreams and fantasies as a sort of younger person, you wouldn't want to share the stage with another vocalist because there's been lots of times when you're not doing very much. If you're doing additional vocals and you're playing an instrument, that's all well and good. If you're the main front man, that's great as well. But it's a new twist, and it's not very common. So they've got that going for them as a sort of like a sort of memorable factor that people might sort of recognise them from and from previous viewings and say, I'll check those guys out again. But yeah, there's a lot there to enjoy. Lots of new metal posturing I saw at times as well. Yeah, it was good. Definitely worth checking out and sort of listening to again for a debut song from a new band. I thought that was excellent because, as I say, they've thrown a lot in the pot and it's come out really well. I like the look of the video. Never seen bonfires as a backdrop, but I think that's a really good setting. Simple and cheap, but I thought that looked really good. I'd love to know where that pyramid is as well. I thought first, is that sort of AI generated or some sort of clever video tool, but I don't know. I'd be interested to know where that is. That overall it looked really good, and it's definitely one I'll check out again. Just to sort of get the full flavour of the video and the song. But yeah, band to watch perhaps.
Okay, so for me to wrap it up, to sum up how I felt about this song, I'm gonna have to give you get a visual in your head. So, have you guys both watched the series Red Dwarf?
I know of it, yeah.
So there's an episode where Rimmer gets really drunk, and he asks. Lister turns around and says he wants a triple fried egg with chili chutney sandwich, and then Rimmer goes, "Yeah, I really want that," and he bites into it. And he's like, as all the different layers, and he goes through this emotional cycle where 1 minute he's enjoying it, then he feels like he's having bowel surgery, then he's fucking loving it again. And that's how I felt listening to this. I was like, really like this, and then I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, no, this is cool. I like this section of the song. And then I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, guys? I'm like, I don't know if I like it or I really don't. And the reason I think we've talked about the amount of structures, and sometimes we've talked about a few times today, when we did that very first song, Hey Man, Nice Shot, about how it served the song. I don't think there are elements in this song where they've put too many things in. And we've talked on other videos about where bands are pushing boundaries. I think bands are just trying to they're adding extra things in because they're like, oh, well, we're going to try and be a bit more different by adding this element in and this element in. And I'm like, at some point you ruin a song. There was a bit in that last minute or so of the song where they started doing some weird thing and I just completely tuned out on it because it was just some sort of weird on the beat kind of thing going on. I was just like, I don't really get what's happening, guys. I don't know what you're trying to achieve anymore. There were some really nice riffs in there. There was some nice genting going on. The three guys around the fire posturing, singing, I fucking hated that. It's just, I really did. Because it looked because they were doing these new metal arm swings towards the fire. I really, really hated that. It was so cheap, cringeworthy. But I loved the setting of the video. I really liked the setting. I think the drummer put way too many different hits in. He didn't leave enough space. He was just filling it with kicks or snare fills or little tom fills, or sometimes you just got to strip some of those out. Otherwise, what happens is you don't appreciate the fills when they're genuine fills because you've just been doing them all the time and you just tune them out. So I knew he's a great drummer. He's doing a great job, but he's just done too much going on there. And so when there were great elements to this song and I really enjoyed it, and I think they've got great talent. You got the guy in the white doing clean vocals, but he also seemed to be doing heavy vocals. So if that's the case, then why the fuck have you got another guy doing heavy vocals? If you
he's a guest. Nima Asghari, he's a guest.
No, there was 3 vocalists at one point.
Oh yeah, okay.
So who's the other guy? I was like, I understood sometimes you have the clean vocalist and then you have the heavy vocalist because the clean guy can't do the heavy. But you can clearly see that the guy in the white shirt was also doing heavy. So I don't understand the need for a second vocalist at that point. And that's my only pushback of having the second one. I get the need for it sometimes to get a level, but when you've got 2 of them both doing heavy, I feel like I'm being a bit of a dick to the band right now, but I don't mean to be. It's just I think there's just so much going on in this track.
I think they both brought enough to the table to warrant that. Like I said, there's variations in both their deliveries, and it just, added to the song. I mean, I've said earlier that sometimes less is more. You think there was too much going on in that song. I was complimenting them for all the elements they did bring to the song. And, they are trying to do something a little different rather than just sort of standard run-of-the-mill riffs and vocals and everything. Some may say that there was too much to take in. You broke down that one moment you're loving it, next minute you're hating it because there's so much.
One of the criticisms of this music is that there's no edge to it. yes, you have aggression in there, but a lot of these artists, they get accused of going through the motions. Okay, let's two scenarios. One, show this to an old school metalhead who loves Rain in Blood by Slayer.
So Andy.
Yeah, well,
No.
no, Hell Awaits by Slayer. Let's use that because I know you love that album.
Yeah.
Let's say you'd not heard anything really beyond the Black Album. You'd not paid attention, and someone showed you that. Would you think, oh, fucking hell, this is really edgy. This is evil, even. You know, the aggression is just psychopathic. And it's what would you think from that perspective, Andy?
Yeah, I think you're right. If you'd not heard anything from that classic album of whenever Hell Awaits came out, and then introduce somebody to that, you've described it exactly how somebody would interpret it as a first impression. But I think what you're going to say is the second scenario is when you fill in that period of time in between, it hasn't got the edge, it hasn't got the dynasty of the sort of material that other bands other stars have come before. I think that's what you're getting at, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm unable to resolve this because the levels of aggression are high, the technicality is high, the imagination is quite vivid, isn't it? There are a lot, but it just seems. I hate using this term because you often hear this in heavy music. Oh, this is a safe song. You're thinking, how can this be safe? It's all over the place. This is saturation. This is, where nu metal was, Dave, in 2001.
Yeah.
This is probably where we are with this cycle of gent progressive metal. I still love the original bands, Periphery, Tesseract, and Monuments. And this band are clearly not ripping those off. I just don't think they're bringing anything new to the table here, even though I've just said they're quite imaginative. I kind of expected that as soon as I heard that first riff.
I mean, there wasn't. Yeah, I was expecting it to go in lots of different sorts of tempo structures and weird things, and doing what it did effectively. Like you knew it was going to be weird in the sense of lots of different elements and riffs and stuff like that. Not that they're weird riffs, but you knew that it was going to go off and down that one, so it wasn't a surprise. So I have two things in the back of my head. When we listened to Swallow the Sun before, I felt there was an emotional soul to that song. When I listen to this, it's soulless. I don't feel it. Feels clean. It feels sterile. It feels technical. Even though they're getting emotional and they're getting aggressive, I don't feel there's a soul to this song. Sometimes you just need to have a bit of a pause or a break in the song to let you connect with it. I just couldn't find a way to actually connect with the song. And the final thing I'm going to say, Nick, and you're saying there, Kirk, is
one last thing.
I asked that one question: would I listen to this song again? And the answer is unfortunately a no from me, and that kind of sums up where my head goes with it. There we go. Eschalon and Helios. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. If you think I'm a dick, you can write that in the comment as well. And we'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.